Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News, and I have the pleasure to be joined by 14-0 super welterweight contender Stevie Mckenna. Stevie, how are you?
Keeping well. Uh, Over in the UK at the moment, just putting in the work, getting some sparring in.
Definitely, mate. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Before we kind of jump into kind of your career so far, I want to touch on your amateur achievements, if that's okay, mate. I don't think we've mentioned these previously when we've spoke, so and please add any if I've forgotten any from my research. So, Youth Commonwealth Games gold medalist, Irish elite champion, European silver, and a four-time Irish champion as well, mate. I mean, that's some list. It's more boxing achievements than I've got, mate. But kind of, how do you look back on your amateur career when you think about it?
Yeah, I had a great amateur career at 155 fights. I was all over the world as an amateur. I faced all the top fighters in the world, and was very successful in my amateur career. Now carrying through to the pros, so it stands to me in my career now. I've been in against every style of fighter, so having that amateur experience, it really does stand to me. But I won the Irish League title when I was only 18 years old. I won the Commonwealth Youth Games, the European Silver, and it was very successful. So it nice. It helps me during my pro career.
Definitely, mate. And another thing that kind of I think is pretty well documented yourself and your brother very early in your professional career, kind of you went out to the States and you kind of went to all the gyms and got in basically the hardest sparring you could have possibly have got as well. I mean, how did those rounds, especially in America against those top names with kind of Freddie Roach and Robert Garcia, did it prepare you for kind of your pro career now?
Yeah, well, that's where we get a lot of our experience in. Our first, we spent 4 to 5 years in America. No better place to start out off your pro career. And we went around all the gyms in LA, sparred with everyone. I sparred uh, Ryan Garcia, Lamentenko, Jose Zapata. This is all before I'd made my professional debut, and that's what you need in this game. You don't want hard fights. Uh, you want all the work put in early on in your career in the sparring and gain the experience. So a very experienced time over in America, and Stanley, 14-0 now, I've 15 KOs, and I'm very experienced. I've been in with all the top fighters in the world.
You definitely have, mate. I think I was talking to when I speak to a load of the other kind of prospects and contenders where they've had these like tough sparring even before their professional career. Kind of, you're kind of not fighting anyone that good until like the levels of Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia until you get into title contention. Is it kind of nice knowing that you've done those hard rounds before you've even got into those kind of really hard fights, if that makes sense?
Yeah, well, I know what you're capable of. I was only 21, 22. I was in training camps with Jose Ramirez. I did training camps with Josh Taylor and all them guys. So when you're a young fighter coming up, that's what you want. You want experience. And then when you go into fight, you want the fights. You want to impress and keep growing. So I'm at a stage now in my career. I'm 27 years old and I'm in my prime now. I'm coming into a big couple of years ahead, and I'm looking forward to big fights. I want the big fights. So anyone at welterweight, super welterweight, I'll move through the divisions of the height to do so.
You definitely do, mate. I do want to touch on kind of your previous performance. Obviously, you stopped a kind of a very experienced man in Darren Tetley over 6 rounds. Well, the fight was over 8, but you stopped him in 6 as well. I mean, how do you look back on that performance? Obviously, getting a really good stoppage victory against a guy who has never really turned down a fight in the UK.
Yeah, Darren Tetley, one of them guys is tough. It's tough as very experienced former European champion. Has been in the ring with good fighters, and it was a good fight for me at the stage of my career, my 14th fight, and I went 6 rounds, and I got him out of there in the end. But it was a good learning fight for me, and I gained good experience for it.
You definitely did, mate. And I think the next question that everyone's asking is when can people see you kind of next in the ring, mate? And kind of what kind of like level would you do you want to be in there with? Obviously, the step up from Darren Tetley as well, I imagine.
Yeah, well, after this fight in Japan, Aaron's fighting in the end of March. I'll be in April, May time. I'm ready to go whenever. I'm doing 10, 12 round sparring sessions at the moment, so I'm always prepared. I'm always ready, and I'm ready for a big fight. Anyone that wants it at welterweight or super welterweight, I said I'd fight them. Ben Shalom said I could have the winner of Marku and Congo, so I'd like that one. I would like the winner of that one. So, I'm ready for anyone.
Definitely, that is going to be my next question. Obviously, I remember speaking to you previously. You called for that fight with Florian Marku, but with that fight coming up so quickly, who do you think, if you've got the winner, who do you think you'll be fighting in April and May?
Uh, it's it's a hard enough fight to call, but you have to favor Congo in it. The more experienced fighter. He's you know been at that level before Marku. This is sort of Marku. He hasn't really fought at that level before, but it's a 50-50 fight, and whoever wins it. But I'll fight the winner, no problem.
Definitely, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you fight the winner on that one, mate. You've just touched on it there. I do want to talk about kind of Aaron's PrizeFighter tournament in Japan. Obviously, one that you're very confident Aaron in winning, but also one thing that is very clear, kind of you do travel to each other's fights. You're always in each other's corner. I mean, excited to go out to Japan and watch Aaron to do the business as well.
Can't wait. We've been all over the world our whole lives, and Japan's one place that we always wanted to go to. So no better time to do so. Aaron has a big opportunity out there. It's massive, so it is, and he's firing on all cylinders at the moment. He's the man beating that competition. Aaron's phenomenal when he goes in there. His IQ and his fighting style, he's very hard to beat, and have to fear for him.
Definitely. I do have to ask if there was a kind of a welterweight, super welterweight prize fighter tournament in somewhere in, or let's say Japan or kind of Las Vegas, but would you be the first person to sign on the dotted line?
My name is the first one in, yeah. So uh, I have to get a welterweight or super welterweight one in. I want to put my name down for one of them. Prize fighter tournaments. Good to have them back. And one thing you're guaranteed, you're guaranteed the fights. In ours last couple of fights, the fight week guys pulled out and things like that. It's very frustrating. So at least now you three guaranteed fights, and it's going to be good.
Definitely, mate. Well, you heard him, Eddie. You heard Eddie Hearn. Kind of, I really would like Stevie Mckenna in one of these tournaments as well. I did just ask Aaron this question. It's something that kind of Andy Clark mentioned to Boxing News, kind of that I found really interesting. Obviously, am I right in saying kind of Aaron's just told me there that you guys started off karate, but then kind of your dad built a boxing gym kind of in your garden as well. It must be kind of nice, obviously, where you've had boxing in your life from such a young age, and now you guys are kind of succeeding in it throughout your adult career as well.
Boxing's been our whole life from we were a young age. When we fell in love with the sport the minute we started, and my dad, he's been a part of it the whole time. We have another brother, Gary. So growing up, we all used to spar each other. We all used to train with each other, and having the gym right outside the back door, it was all there for us. So we are fortunate enough that my dad he did that all for us and had the ring, and it's fully kitted out, state of the art now. It's a big shed, and we have everything there for us. Me and Aaron do a lot of sparring with each other, so it's really good that we're close in weights. We don't have to go too far for sparring. We like to get out and about and mix it with other guys, but we also work with each other a lot. So we're a tight team, and we work well with each other. We travel the world together, and we train at the back of our house. It's a good story. So no, it's good.
Definitely, mate. Who gets the better out of the spars between you and your other brothers as well?
When we were younger, we always did tear into each other, but we like to practice in each other now. We don't go in to kill each other, but it's very technical when we spar each other. We're always looking to improve and um always looking to get better. So when we're on the track, that's when we're always trying to beat each other. When the strength session, we're trying to lift heavier than each other. That's when the real competitiveness comes out as well. We always try to beat each other.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. Well, if there's one thing for certain, I'd like to be a fly on the wall to watch you and your brother spar each other. But no, Stevie, that was one of my final questions. Have you got any final words for kind of your fans eagerly anticipating your return, mate?
Tune in. The Hitman will be back in action soon, and when I come back in action, it'll be quick. No matter who I fight, I'm an explosive fighter. But it'll be April, May. I'll be ready for a big fight. Hopefully, the winner of Congo and Marku later on in the year. But I want a big step up fight next, and I'm coming from them all.
Definitely. Well, you heard him. We're looking forward to seeing it, Stevie. Thank you very much for your time today, and looking forward to seeing you back out.
Yeah, thanks very much.